Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be looking at the third video of our text adventure game. So you should have already finished the for loop lesson videos and the while loop lesson videos. And so we are going to be using looping to simulate a monster fight. And I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this. Okay, so again, I'm going to show you a few functions. Right now we only have the monster cove function, right? So we have two coves, the diamond cove and the monster cove. So let's play our game. Okay. So right now we have the introduction. If we go left, nothing happens, right? That's our monster cave. But if you go right, we get to get something. Like we have a random event. And then we haven't finished this yet. And I'm probably not gonna finish it. I'm gonna let you guys continue onwards with your story, right? And branch off. But let me run this again. Alright. And right now we're going to be doing the left side, the monster cove, right? So we're going to be, fighting a lot of monsters in this path. In the diamond cave, we'll be solving puzzles, but here we'll be fighting monsters. So let's take a look at what the monster cove function would look like. It's very similar to the diamond cove function. Okay, so here's the monster cove function completed. We have another first time equals true, meaning we have another random event. The first time we enter the cove, a random event will happen. Then we'll say you have entered the monster cave or cove. There's a lava pool to your left and an empty chasm or abyss to your right. Do you choose to go left or right? Again, right? Be a bit more creative than I am. I'm just trying to show you for the sake of showing you. If it's left, we'll fight a lava golem, right? And if it's right, we'll fight a gargoyle, which is like a stone monster. And we have a few other numbers right here. What do these mean? Okay, and the monster fight function itself isn't defined, so we're going to be defining it later on. But what these four parameters represent is first the name, right? Then the HP, how much health it has. So this one has like 20 health. How much attack it does. So this one does 4 attack per hit. Then how much gold it drops when it dies, because we're going to have to accumulate gold somehow to buy those overpowered items. Okay, so now let's take a look at how the monster fighting actually works. Okay, so here it is, our monster fight. Okay, and as you can see, we have 4 parameters right here: the monster name, monster HP, monster attack, and monster gold. Okay, so let's read the docstring here, and make sure you have a docstring just like for all functions. Print out a fight statement with the monster's name and stats, and then start the fight. The user can choose 2 different attacks. They might miss or hit. Then the monster will attack. This continues until someone dies. If the monster dies, the player gets its gold. Makes sense. So first we have to global P health and P gold, because they might change. And by the way, P health and P gold, I changed, like before it was just like, gold and health. But the reason I put P_gold is because I want to differentiate, I want to like separate what the player's gold and player's health is from the monster's health and the monster's attack and stuff like that, right? So right here, I global P health and P gold, so now we can change them, right? And then we print the fight, so we're announcing you are fighting a, whatever the monster is, it has the monster's attack and the monster's health, right? Now this is where we continue fighting the monster until either I die or the monster dies. So while the monster HP is greater than 0 and the player health is greater than 0, because remember, if any one of these is less than 0, then we know that either I died or the monster died. So we have to stop the loop. Okay. So first we ask them, do you want to send in your swords master or your archer? Because remember, we are a duo. And then they choose, and actually Swordsmaster should be S. That makes more sense, right? So do you choose to send in your Swordsmaster S or your Archer A? And then we lower it right here. And then our correct choice is a random choice from S and A. If the correct choice is equal to the user attack, so we have a 50-50 chance of choosing the correct answer, then we deal damage to the monster. So the monster HP is reduced by our attack. So let's say the monster has 20 HP and we deal 10 damage. Now the monster has 10 HP left. We have to print this out to let the user know. So you choose correctly, you deal this amount of damage. The monster has some amount of health left. Then, if it is below 0 HP, we don't need to do this part, and I'll get to here later. But basically, we're done. Monster's dead, we should get the gold now, right? But let's say we missed, then we basically miss, no damage is done, try again. Now it's the monster's turn to attack, and that's what this part is right here. Now if the monster's not dead, then it also deals damage to us. So now our health is reduced by the monster's attack. So if the monster's attack is 4, like the lava golem, then our player health, which is 100, will be reduced by 4. Okay? And then we, of course, have to let the user know. So the monster attacked, dealing monsters damage. You now have a certain amount of health. Okay? So this keeps on going until either we die or the monster dies. So what do we do when that happens? Let's take a look at that. Okay, so we added this part right here, and this is basically what happens after we exit the while loop. So, well, if the player is dead, right, then we're going to call the dead function. And I'm going to talk a bit more about this, but for now, just know that when the player dies, something happens. We have to let the user know they're dead. But let's say they kill the monster, which hopefully they did, then we increase the player gold amount by the amount of gold that the monster has. So let's say the monster drops 20 gold, we add that to the player, and then we have to give them the message. And then we continue. And this is how you can create monster fights with custom names, custom attack, custom HP. And yeah, go crazy with this. It doesn't have to be monsters. It can maybe be like, instead of a monster fight, like let's say you're doing something related to school, right? You're trying to escape school. It could be like a rap battle, and you have rap battles with random other people, and like, of course the parameters are different right here. It's not going to be attack or gold. It's going to be something else, right? But now let's get into this dead function, okay? And you're going to need this because somehow the player should be able to lose. If the player will win always, then there's no point playing the game. So in this case, the player is dead, but let's say in a school case, maybe you get caught by the teacher, and that's game over. So what happens when you're dead? Well, right now, in this function right here, all I did was I printed out a message that, they died, and then I exit. And what exit does is we basically terminate the code. We stop it. We exit out of it. And to do that, we have to do from sys import exit, and this will basically forces the code to exit. But that's not fun, right? Now, my challenge for you is somehow make it so that when they die, you keep a track or a counter of how many times they died, reset all the variables, right? Reset all of them, and then allow the user to play the game again. Because we don't want them to like right now you see, like, once we exit, we have to run the code again. I don't want to do that. I want to be playing the game, and I don't want to run this like over and over again. Let's say when I die, all I have to enter is say play again, and now I can play again, right? That would be much more interesting than just, the code ending. Or maybe if you die a certain amount of times, you get like a buff because you're bad, like, oh, next game you start off with 200 health instead of 100, Try to be a bit creative here. This isn't that creative. This is basically just saying, okay, exit out of the code. Now this is your monster fight. Again, you can change this also by adding multiple different attacks, not just 2. So now the user only has like a 25% chance of dealing like critical damage, like tons of damage, but then 75% chance of dealing like no damage. So you can change the odds as well, like change the percentages, if that makes sense. Okay, now I've done a lot of talking. Now let's play the game. Let's go and do his name. Kaifa Corpse. Let's go left. Okay, mystery box. I want to fight the lava golem. So let's go left. Okay, so let's send in our swords master because I think archer won't do that well against lava golem. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, lava golem has 10 health. Now the lava golem attacked us, dealing 4 damage. So now we have 96 health left, which isn't that much. So make sure that whenever you're balancing your game, you don't want the game to be too easy. Like 4 damage is nothing. It should do at least like 10 damage, to make it more scary. Let's another archer this time. Okay, nice. And now we killed it. It attacked, and we've defeated the lava golem, and we get 20 gold. So that's kind of weird that the lava golem attacked after it's dead. And I think the reason why is because we have to set it less than or equal to, right? So if the monster is at 0 HP, so if it is at or below, okay, that's just a small fix that you have to do. I think that's it for this video. I'm going to be making more text adventure game videos. We're going to expand this much further. Once you start learning how to write and read from files, we'll be actually doing something with this leather armor right up here. We're going to be giving it attributes. And then once we get into classes, the monsters will get much more interesting. They'll have their own backstory and stuff like that. It'll be really cool. Okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying this text adventure series. I'll see you guys later.